Let's dive into a story that's been everywhere online, one that's captured the attention of millions, sparking endless conversations and speculation across social media feeds, news outlets, and even casual chats among friends. It's about two people who, from the outside, seem to have it all: fame, fortune, and a relationship that looked picture perfect. First, there's Haley Kalil. She's not just a model and Sports Illustrated star. She's also a college graduate with degrees in biomedical sciences and psychology, proving she's as smart as she is stunning. Haley's known for her infectious energy, quick wit, and genuine openness. Her fans adore her for her authenticity, her humor, and the way she shares both her triumphs and struggles online. Then there's Matt Kalil, a former NFL Pro Bowler, standing 6'7", a true powerhouse on the football field, respected by teammates and fans alike for his athleticism and determination. Together, Haley and Matt looked like the ultimate power couple: successful, ambitious, and always in the spotlight, turning heads wherever they went. Their social media feeds were a highlight reel of red carpet events, exotic vacations, and candid moments that made their relationship seem effortless and enviable. They were young, thriving, and seemed to have a fairy tale partnership, one that many people dreamed of having themselves. For years, their public image was flawless. They were a team, inspiring fans with their seemingly perfect life and always presenting a united front. Haley was building her online empire, collaborating with top brands and growing her influence, while Matt was dominating in football, earning accolades and respect. Together, they looked unstoppable, a true modern success story. To their followers, they were the embodiment of the modern fairy tale. Two stars balancing huge careers, a loving relationship, and the pressures of fame with apparent ease. No one suspected anything was wrong. Their friends, fans, and even the media saw only the highlights, never the struggles. But as we all know, appearances can be deceiving. Sometimes the brightest smiles hide the deepest struggles. Behind the scenes, things weren't as perfect as they seemed. The reality of their relationship was far more complex than what the world saw online. Their story is a powerful reminder. You never really know what's happening behind closed doors, no matter how perfect things may look from the outside. The world saw a dream couple, the kind you read about in magazines or see in movies. But the reality was far more complicated, filled with challenges, misunderstandings, and private pain that no one else could see. And soon, the truth would come out, shocking everyone who thought they knew the real story. Haley and Matt married in July 2015, celebrating what looked like a perfect union. For 7 years, they supported each other's careers, traveled, and shared their lives online. Their marriage seemed strong, rare in the world of celebrity relationships. But the 7-year itch is real, and for them, it signaled deeper issues. Beneath the happy photos, they faced a private struggle from the very start. It wasn't about dramatic fights or falling out of love. It was a persistent, hidden problem that quietly eroded their connection. They tried to face it together, but some challenges are harder to overcome than anyone expects. After years of trying, the weight became too much. Their fairy tale was cracking, even if no one could see it. And soon, everything would change. In May 2022, news broke. Haley filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. Fans were stunned. There were no rumors, no scandals, just a sudden split. Both handled it quietly, with respect and no public drama. The reason for their breakup remained a mystery, fueling speculation. But neither Haley nor Matt revealed details, choosing privacy over headlines. Their silence only deepened the intrigue. It was clear the split wasn't about anger or betrayal, but something deeply personal. The end of their marriage was quiet, leaving fans with more questions than answers. For years, the real story stayed hidden. Both moved on. Haley grew her online presence. Matt enjoyed retirement. The chapter closed, and no one expected the truth to ever come out. But in the age of social media, secrets rarely stay buried. And this one was about to explode. Fast forward to November 2025. Haley goes live on Twitch with Marlon Garcia. The stream starts off like any other, with jokes, banter, and the usual flood of comments from fans. But beneath the surface, there's a tension in the air, a sense that something big is about to happen. The topic of her divorce comes up, and instead of dodging, Haley shares the truth, silently by showing a message on her phone. The chat slows, viewers lean in, and the mood shifts from playful to dead serious in an instant. The host is stunned, and soon, so is the internet. The revelation is so unexpected it leaves everyone speechless for a moment. Then the questions and reactions start pouring in. The reason? A profound physical incompatibility. Matt's size made intimacy painful for Hayley. It wasn't something either of them could have predicted, and it was a problem that quietly grew between them, unspoken but ever-present. She described it as in tears type S, a problem that made a core part of marriage nearly impossible. Nights that should have brought them closer instead left her in pain, and both of them feeling isolated and helpless. To illustrate, she compared it to 2, maybe 3, Coke cans stacked, a vivid, unforgettable image. The chat exploded with disbelief, some people laughing nervously, others expressing sympathy, but everyone realizing the gravity of what she was saying. This wasn't about love or desire, but a physical mismatch that caused real pain. No amount of affection or effort could bridge the gap, and the emotional toll was devastating. Suddenly, the irreconcilable differences made sense. What sounded vague and generic on paper was, in reality, a deeply personal and painful truth. Their story shifted from a mystery to a tragedy. Two people who loved each other, but faced an impossible barrier. The heartbreak was palpable, and viewers could feel the weight of what Hayley had carried alone for so long. The confession was raw, honest, and deeply personal. Hayley's vulnerability in that moment was both shocking and moving, and it changed the way people saw her. Once out, there was no taking it back. The truth was out in the open, and the world was left to process it in real time. The internet exploded with reactions. Tweets, memes, and think pieces flooded every corner of social media as people tried to make sense of the revelation. The story was no longer about a failed marriage, but about a heartbreaking private struggle. It was a reminder that behind every headline, there are real people with real pain. The world finally understood what tore them apart. Empathy replaced judgment, and for a moment the internet paused to reflect on the complexity of love and loss. And the fallout was immediate. Hayley's revelation would echo far beyond that single live stream, changing the conversation about relationships, vulnerability, and the hidden struggles people face. What's most heartbreaking is how hard they tried to fix things. Hayley revealed they tried it all. Doctors, therapists, even researching surgical options. This wasn't about giving up. It was a desperate fight to save their marriage. The issue caused physical pain for Hayley and emotional pain for Matt. For 7 years, they battled this together, hoping for a solution. Their efforts showed real love and commitment, but sometimes, love isn't enough to overcome certain realities. They hit a wall that couldn't be moved. In the end, letting go was the only option left. Their story isn't about a lack of effort. It's about facing the impossible and making the hardest choice of all. The live stream clip went viral and the internet erupted. Some praised Hayley's honesty, but many accused her of betraying Matt's privacy. Critics argued she shared intimate details that weren't hers alone to reveal. The debate raged. Was this brave storytelling or a massive breach of trust? Matt, always private, hadn't commented, and now his most personal secret was public. Hayley's story was hers, but it was also his. The backlash was fierce, raising tough questions about boundaries and consent. Where do you draw the line between your truth and someone else's? Amid the backlash and swirling headlines, Hayley didn't shy away from the controversy. She responded directly, determined to set the record straight. In a candid conversation with TMZ Sports, she made it clear she never meant to hurt Matt. Despite everything, she emphasized that she still has nothing but love for him, and that their shared history means a lot to her. Hayley urged everyone to look beyond the viral clip and see the full context of their story. She wanted people to understand that a single moment doesn't define years of a relationship. She explained that their divorce was amicable, not bitter or hostile. In fact, they even used the same lawyer, a testament to the mutual respect they maintained throughout the process. For years after their split, Hayley stayed on Matt's phone plan. A small detail, but one that speaks volumes about the trust and friendship that lingered between them. These aren't the actions of enemies or people filled with resentment. Instead, they're the choices of two friends who simply grew apart, but never lost their respect for one another. Hayley insisted her confession wasn't about revenge or blame. It was an honest explanation of a struggle they both faced, and a way to shed light on the complexities of real relationships. She wanted the world to see that, even after the marriage ended, there was still love and respect between them, something she hopes people can appreciate. Her appeal was for understanding, for nuance, and for empathy from those quick to judge. This wasn't a story of villains and victims, but of two people navigating a difficult chapter in their lives. It was about two good people facing an impossible situation, doing their best to support each other, even as they moved in different directions. Hayley's message was simple but powerful. The love didn't disappear when the marriage ended. It just changed, evolving into something new. And as she looks back, Hayley hopes people remember that love can take many forms, even after goodbye. The divorce happened in 2022, and both Hayley and Matt have moved on. Matt remarried in 2024, choosing a quiet life with his new wife, Kaylani Asmus. He stayed out of the spotlight, never commenting on the revelations. Hayley dated again, focused on her booming career, and navigated life as a single influencer. Both have shown resilience, building new lives after heartbreak. Their split didn't define them. It was just one chapter. Matt found peace in privacy. Hayley embraced her public journey. Their ability to move on shows the maturity of their breakup. Even with recent drama, they've both found happiness in their own ways. Life goes on, and so do they. This story highlights the strange reality for public figures. We demand authenticity from celebrities, but punish them for oversharing. Hayley built her brand on honesty, but her vulnerability came at a cost. Sharing her truth meant exposing someone else's. The same audience that craves realness can turn on you in an instant. It's a double-edged sword. Be open, but not too open. For celebrities, every word is scrutinized, every confession amplified. Hayley's story is a lesson in the risks of modern fame. Even with good intentions, sharing your truth can have painful consequences. Behind every viral headline are real people, navigating heartbreak in public. And sometimes, the world forgets that.